the opening ceremony. At that time, see so many people when I crowded with you. Okay, I have no time, no opportunity, and I talk with you. But actually, when I come back, you are painting or you are the pen drawer. You're always involved in my mind. Why? You're a very unique artist. Not only just a design, but it's artist. Actually, I hopefully and to know and why, what kind of unique you made from the other peoples, as an architecture design, as a traveler, and also you can be and make your totem, you know, you make the totem to be the part of your works. Please tell me.
Well, first of all, anything you say, architecture, designer, painter, creator, let's say, suppose I'm nothing of all of that. Nothing of all of it. I'm just someone that likes to create,
Yeah,
to imagine, and make people to dream.
yeah. What's kind of dreaming from your bone?
I'm, let's say, like a dream maker. I like to have a vision of everything new, and I like people to enjoy
Yeah,
things they are thinking to create. So they come to me sometimes with no idea.
yeah.
They come to me because I can come up with what they're looking for,
Okay.
and sometimes completely opposite of what they're thinking. You know, as an architect,
Yeah.
people come to you with a program. They say, I want to have a house, I want to have a hotel, I want to have a building, I want this, and that. Sometimes I'm not listening to them.
You just want to let me see the spot,
Exactly.
right?
Yes, you are exactly targeting what I like. You know, feng shui in China is
Yeah.
very important. And feng shui is only about choosing the right spot in the right place with the
Okay.
right people. So if I design something, I have to look at it, first of all, where I'm going to design it. Because when I design someplace, the place calls me and tells me, this is the way I'd like it to. It's very funny because, you know, I don't think too much. The place thinks for me, and
Okay.
then I can create something. I design always according to location, according to climate, and according to culture.
Yeah. What about the heritages?
The what?
You are very interested in the different culture
Yes,
heritage.
yes. When you see culture, it goes with a kind of heritage, culture, civilization, archaeology, you know, sociology, everything. When you say climate,
Yeah.
you think about the ocean, the wind, the fire, everything. And when you think about the geography, you think about the earth, the metal, the wood, everything. So the geography, the stone,
Yeah.
make
Geography.
it all of this, make it very interesting. And so I like to think with a combination of objects.
My question is how you combination and how you integrated these kind of elements to be the one and make it is such a
Some,
making sure. Yeah.
Sometimes I make it according to the personality of my client.
Okay.
Sometimes I make it according to my own philosophy,
Okay.
which is what I do the most.
Okay.
Because if I start to study everybody's philosophy, it's very difficult. So
Okay.
I try to think about the best way I can imagine a space. So I'm not losing too much time
No.
because I have a very quick analysis.
You are a quick response and with your all the combination of your
I'm not
philosophy.
I'm not wasting my time with analysis, with programming, with everything. I do it quite fast,
Yeah.
and that make me save a lot of time into creation.
Yeah.
That's why when I deal with a client, when I go to see a client, or when I want to design something, I take my pen
Mm-hmm.
and I always draw what is the most important in the drawing immediately to catch up the essence
Mm-hmm.
of the image.
Okay. Is there some things appear in your mind when you're talking with the people? What
Yes,
kind of image?
yes. You know, when you talk to people, people comes to you.
Yeah.
They come to you, and immediately you can have an opinion about the people.
Okay.
But sometimes you have a right and the wrong opinion.
Okay.
So the only way to get the right opinion is to get to know them a little bit, to question them, and to see the way they are. Sometimes it comes as a sympathy immediately. Sometimes it's difficult to get into someone's personality. So you've got to have your analysis.
Mm-hmm.
And if the analysis is right,
Mm-hmm.
then you click in
Yeah.
designing good.
So you're
If
from
the analysis is wrong, sometimes it's better not to do it.
this
So
kind of spirits.
it's a kind of decision you have by yourself.
Yeah.
Or you accept or you don't accept. If you accept, then you have to do it with a lot of respect to the people, to the location, to the place, and everything.
That's actually gonna come from your soul. You sometimes the conversation and with the people you get it quickly and get some soul from your mind. How kind of imaginations you can make?
Yes, you see, imagination is something that people have. Sometimes people have no imagination, but they have a different way to look at things, and it's difficult sometimes to combine imagination with efficiency, with function, and everything. So the most important thing is for you to get the best of it immediately. And when I make a building, I always like to study the location, so the archaeology. That's why here into this show here, it's preliminary of my work.
Okay.
It's not because I went to those places to make design. No. It's because I went to those beautiful places to design buildings, hotels, resorts, to build something. So when I go there to build, I need to make a deep analysis. So I look at the monuments, I look at the earth, I look at the sky, I look at everything that brings me to the right decision.
Okay.
And when you design temples, when you design archaeology, you go from the roots. And the roots is the vocabulary of the future.
What kind of symbol of the natural and get it from your mind.
Yes.
So
It's the same thing now, when people talk about AI.
yeah.
AI, finally, it's a text. You write a prompt. You write few words, and after comes something. For me, it's the same thing. I write few things, I analyze, and then I come back with my imagination. Except I don't use AI. I use my own creative work.
You're very the creative one actually. And tell me, what kind of the complex about the China? You have some businesses in China.
Yes.
What's kind of your expectations about the China's future and connect with your creation and your symbol and with the Chinese element, the culture element, whatever?
Yeah, China. It's a different story.
Yeah.
I have discovered China almost at retiring age for Chinese people.
Oh, okay.
So
you are still young. Okay.
I'm very young. I'm very young all the time in my mind. But
Yeah.
After 50 years old,
Yeah.
when you go in a place like China,
Yeah.
it's a kind of late.
Okay.
But it's never too late.
No.
Because Chinese, they call me.
Okay.
They call me to design. They call me because they were appreciating my work. And they call me and they invited me in China. I was never so pleased to go to a country with warm welcome where people were appreciating, I would say, new creative blood.
Okay. Oh, my last question is about how the may play a role in your life for creation or for your, and the business, whatever.
You mean May?
Yeah, May.
May is the essence of my success in China.
It's a very exciting one.
It is very good because she has the culture.
Yeah.
She has the Asian, how do you say, way of thinking, and I have the Western action of thinking.
Okay.
So both combination make it very interesting because my pulse gets slowed down by the Asian philosophy, and the Asian philosophy gets speed up because of my Western action.
So that's why being more attractive and since and encourage you and more understanding about the Chinese, Oriental
and China. Yeah. China, it's an amazing discovery because I have to tell you that the country is extremely beautiful and diverse.
Okay.
From Shanghai to Tibet to Yunnan to Chongqing to all those places where I work, I have discovered amazing people and amazing landscape.
Yeah.
And they always call for idea, and the Chinese, they always you never know if what you say they accept it or not. They have a kind of laid back action,
Yeah.
So you always have to find a way to seduce them to make sure you are going to go in the right path.
Okay. My suggestion to you next time is you don't worry about to the Guangxi. And that's will be, and very, very special, symbol
Yeah.
culture in China.
This is
Not Xi.
the essence of my work and my book.
Mhm.
And I have a book here. It's called Architecture
Mhm.
and Symbolism.
Yeah, I see.
Symbols are the essence of China. The Chinese zong, middle,
Yeah.
very important. It shows everything. It shows the symbol, and it shows also the departure of all architecture. Look at Forbidden City.
Yeah.
It's
Forbidden City.
it is the plan of a zone. It's a square with a middle, everything same on the left and on the right with an axe. It's very important.
Uh-huh.
And all Beijing is built like this. All ancient imperial capitals were built like this,
Yeah.
with a zong symbol. So this symbol is part of my culture and also part of the design I do elsewhere. When I am in Egypt, we have symbols.
Yeah.
When you are in Greece, you have symbols.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
I like these
you
two
see,
countries too.
when you are in Mexico, you have symbols.
Yeah, I've just come back.
You just come back from Mexico.
Yeah.
You see,
I liked
it's,
it.
It's very
Very
interesting.
interesting.
You see, you have pyramids in Mexico. You have pyramid in Egypt, and you have pyramid in China.
Yeah, this is
Why?
the moon and the sun.
Why you
and
think they
pyramid.
copy each other? No,
No.
they have only one way to copy each other. It's looking at the sky. They look at the pyramid in the sky and they make it.
But when I'm in that area, I will have a lot of imagination for the ancient time and what kind of situation.
This is exactly
natures and the dialogue is whatever.
The dialogue comes from the ancient civilization. There is no future without this.
I agree.
And when you have the basic structure and when you have the fundamentals of archaeology, you can project yourself in the future. Don't bypass this level. Now, the young people, they bypass this because they go on a step ahead by looking at computer, AI, and everything, and then jump ahead without getting the fundamentals of the base of the culture.
The fundamental is
When you are an architect, you have to learn the alphabet.
Okay.
You cannot go on a program and think you can design the buildings on an AI talk. No way.
Okay, let me explain these pictures and behind you, and why you put this, and the figures on just after did some words.
Okay, because those places were built by human, and when you look at the ruins, you don't see human.
No.
Sometimes you see a camel coming in.
Yeah.
And the next person you see in ruins is the guide.
Yeah.
Always, when you are visiting any place, a guide comes to you and say, "Do you need I explain your history?" I say, "Yes." So this gentleman here is the guide of his site.
Okay.
But I was the only customer.
Yeah.
There was nobody.
Okay.
It was during COVID time, and my step in the sand were the only step in the dunes, and I was the only one. So I spend a lot of time with this gentleman. That opens me to the culture and explain me the culture of the site. In the other hand, on the other painting there, it's the guide. She was a woman and she guided me all over Meroe.
Oh, really?
And those places are in Sudan.
Oh, yeah.
Sudan is an amazing culture, but unfortunately, because of the civil war, you cannot go there anymore.
Yeah, I think so. And that's where I understand that you actually, since I go in and listen to the story of the ancient history, but we cannot. We just thinking is possible have the image.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, when you want to create, it comes to you. Okay. If you to do analysis, like I said before, is very difficult. So for me, inspiration is very important. Yeah. So I get inspiration all the time, just looking. I look everything.
Sometimes I don't. Very carefully with your pen and ink.
Yes, but you see, sometimes I go to places where they say no photographs. I say, why? No photograph. So I print it in my eyes, and immediately I take my sketchbook and I do it.
Okay.
Then you see what they do. The people who tell me no photograph, after they come behind me and they look me drawing.
This is a talented guy, actually. You are a very talented guy.
You see, as soon as I take my pen and my pad, when they forget about it's forbidden to draw, they come to see what I do, and they come in front of me and say, "Can you draw me? Can you draw this? Can you draw that?" And this is life, You have to be respectful to say yes, and at the same time, you have to to go around to do what you want to do. And for me, all the work you see here are done with jobs I did, and also they are designed in situ. When you see a drawing like this, when you see a drawing like this,
Yeah.
it's not drawings that I come home, I do it. No, I take my pen,
You
I
sketch
take
them.
my pad, and I design in front of the monument.
Okay, great. Your brain is such like a computer. You are super, in a computers.
It's very interesting. People tell me, you should put this on computer and design with iPad, but I don't want to design with iPad.
No.
I prefer to have dirt of my ink on my finger.
Yeah, I think so. Very graduate, and for your successful, and for
But
both your art achievement as well as your business
very
achievement.
nice. You see, my architecture is beyond that because my architecture is very futuristic.
Yeah.
When I design for the future. I just designed now in China an AI center for children in shopping center. Who can imagine that you could have in shopping center education? In China, my client asked me to design shopping centers with a slogan. And instead of calling them outlet, I call it reverse. I say let out.
Oh,
and I create let out your dream.
Okay.
And they go in outlet.
You have the same slogans and immediately.
You have to be, when you are an architect, you have to have two things. The talent is not enough, but you need to have a guanxi.
Yeah.
If you don't have a guanxi to meet people, then you cannot be an architect.
Okay.
Because you need people to give you job. So you need to go to them very fast and come back with idea for them, and unique idea.
You inspire people. That's very important.
So when we design shopping center, we want to design shopping center not to sell objects,
no,
but to entertain people.
Yeah.
And when you entertain people, you sell objects.
Okay.
It's completely different attitude.
Great. It's a very, very
let out your dream, make you come to the shopping center to dream, and after you buy the product.
You will come back once I'm again.
And in China, shopping center, not only to go shopping.
Okay.
But the grandfather go with the grandson.
No.
The mother is shopping, and the grandfather go with the grandson to eat, to entertain, and after they buy things and everything. So it's a different attitude.
Yeah. Their function is culture influence.
Yeah. Because shopping is a kind of culture also. You know?
Yeah. I appreciate a very nice talk with you.
It's very nice.
I hope that's longer, but anyway.
Professor Xia, I'm sure you have a big knowledge. How long you've been in New York?
I have been one them 10 years.
10 years.
But actually, 30 years ago, I'm still working here.
That's good.
I'm just
for the professor for what?
I'm for the international business.
International business.
And so, law. And a law.
So you understand
commercial law.
You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course. I'm like the artist.
That's good.
I was talking about my and other generation. This actually involved in the architecture design in the city urban development.
So let me just put a parenthesis on all of that. I'm designing now my own dream, and it's a yacht. This yacht will be unique. It's starting in New York.
I see. That's the
this
very
yacht
interesting
is very
yacht.
important. You talk about.
Okay.
And I'm going to send you some documents you will be able to download and everything.
Yeah, I appreciate.
This yacht is going to be unique because it's going to be like a white horse going around Manhattan. Everybody will wait for the boat to come back because it's so modern and so silent.
Yeah.
Silent boat.
Yeah.
With electric.
What kind of engine?
Everything will be luxury aboard, restaurant, spa, everything. So it will be like a dream going around Manhattan. And people and the children and everybody, I expect this reaction for people to wait to see this boat coming around. So I'm going to send you the link of all of that.
Yeah.
You have.
I think maybe it's already
did
sent
you
me.
Send it to me? Whatever she sent you this morning. What's her name? Carrie.
Maybe it's do a lot of coordinate work. So that
maybe it's amazing.
The group and for shooting group there will be arranged as put it into the YouTuber.
Okay, very good.
I appreciate.
Okay.
But we still
get me a English version.
I will try. You never mind. So we most of the people we have the newspapers.
Yeah. When you want to edit this?
And this New York State, New York and the universities and here.
But when you're going to edit this?
I think that's next month.
Next month?
Yeah.
You cannot do it shorter. Like these people have time to come and see the show.
I'm not sure that people they had summer vacation. The students.
Okay. Anyway, the show is going to be on to the 20th, and we'll be glad to have
Okay, I
people
appreciate that.
to listen to it.
Yeah, I'll try. Very good. I appreciate it. Very nice to meet you.